Yo, 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 what up, y'all? It's your boy Rob coming back at you once again with another live stream. So, before we get started, you already know what to do. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the bell icon twice. Smash the like button, share this video out to all of your followers, and let's get it cracking. All right. So, shouts out to everybody that comes into the room. You guys already know what to do. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the bell. Also, smash that like button and please share the video out. All right. So, I don't know how many people are familiar. I think a lot of people are familiar with the Elijah McClain situation that took place in Colorado a couple years ago. If you're not familiar with that situation, a quick recap: there was a young man walking down the street. He went into a gas station and some male Karen called the police on him and, quote, said that he was behaving in a suspicious manner. Now, you guys know that in the United States, to behave in a suspicious manner, all you have to do is have a heartbeat while black. That's good enough. So, what ended up happening was the police came. The police ended up interrogating him, and then they detained him. Now, there was no resistance. There's an audio tape that's available from this. You can listen to the entire thing. However, the EMTs were called onto the scene, and without a doctor's order, the EMTs injected him with ketamine. Now, I don't know how many people are familiar with ketamine, but ketamine is a sedative that has cardiac effects. And one of the things that it can cause is arrhythmias. So, without having this individual hooked up to telemetry or having a cardiologist or anesthesiologist on the scene, these Chads just decided to shoot him up with ketamine. He ended up going into the hospital, went into the ICU, went into a coma, and passed away. So, like they always do with these kind of cases, they let time go past, they let time go past, and they let time go past, hoping that people forgot about it. Now, if you're a member of Patreon on Blacklight Revelations 1, there is a lot of content about Elijah McClain, especially about a situation called excitable delirium, which I don't know how many people are familiar with excitable delirium, but excitable delirium is a pseudoscientific psychological diagnosis that is quoted by every single police officer anytime they want to get away with killing people. And if you don't believe me, all you got to do is just do a quick Google search on the term called excitable delirium. All right. So if they want to really do some kind of police reform, one of the things that they would do is to not allow police officers to use excitable delirium, because this has already been determined to be pseudoscience. No medical or psychological organization accepts this definition as a kind of psychosis. There's only one, and that's the Emergency Medical Doctors Association. No one else accepts it. The American Psychological Association doesn't accept it, and the American Medical Association does not accept it. All right. So I got that mouthful out. Thank you guys for being patient. Shout out to everybody that's in the room. We got Vovo to Love up in here. Got my man Torian Rain in the building. Got Carlton Way up in here. We got Carla Lockhart in here. And we got Maya Wolves. Appreciate everybody being up in here. If you guys have not, make sure you guys show some love to the early birds. Throw some radiation emoji into the chat. And let's get into this article, because we all knew this. New autopsy reveals that Elijah McClain died from ketamine injection given by paramedics. New autopsy, huh? A 23-year-old black man who died after an encounter with Colorado police was injected by paramedics with too large of a dose of the sedative ketamine, according to a new autopsy report. Now, one of the things that's fascinating about ketamine is that ketamine is a medication that is prescribed by using kilograms per milligram. Okay, so it is a weight-based drug. I don't know if you guys saw Elijah McClain, but he was a very slim young man, and I guarantee you that they didn't have a weight or a scale during the detaining. So I guarantee you that the EMTs had no way to get his weight. So they just decided to shoot him up with it like a science experiment and see exactly what happened. Well, we know what happened. He overdosed as a result of a forced injection. Elijah McClain died in 2019 after police in Aurora, Colorado stopped him in response to a report that he was acting suspiciously. Now, ask what he was doing a million times, and I guarantee you, you won't get an answer a million times. The massage therapist, who was unarmed, was put in a chokehold and handcuffed and then given ketamine when the paramedics arrived. Again, notice how they didn't say what he did that was breaking the law. Matter of fact, everybody that's in here, let me ask you guys that question. How was it that Elijah McClain broke the law? Is there anybody that has the answer for that question for me? How did Elijah McClain break the law? So you got to ask yourself the question. If that's not a question that you can answer, if that's not a question that the media can answer, if it's not a question that the answer is provided for in the text, then the next obvious step must be either that it didn't happen or that it's uncertain. And if it's uncertain, then we have to ask ourselves the question, why is this young man dead? The reason why this man is dead is because at this point, they're trolling us. That's why. And real quick, shout out to all 10 people that are watching. If everybody could take a moment and smash that like button, we will be at 9 likes, which would be awesome. So please make sure you guys smash that like button and share the video out. All right. So now here it says an initial autopsy by Stephen Sinna, a forensic pathologist, said Elijah McClain's cause of death was undetermined. Now, how is that? An initial autopsy said that his cause of death was undetermined. Now, I don't know how many people were following me back then when I first did the streams about Elijah McClain, and that's when I used to post more videos than streams. But we said this a long time ago. Now it finally comes out. Shout out to N Wolf. So now here it says in the new report Friday, he said he had insufficient information during his 2019 autopsy. Now, here's my question. What was it that he was missing? What was it that he was missing? How did he have insufficient information? That's the question. What information was missing? I believe that Mr. McClain would most likely be alive, but for the administration of ketamine, Sinner wrote. Now, the reason why he ended up in the ICU was because he started not breathing and he had arrhythmias, which we all know is a side effect of an overdose of ketamine. But yet and still, we wanted to just sit there and act like we didn't know what the hell was going on because that's just that much easier. The report says that the ketamine dose was too high for someone of McClain's weight. Now, let me ask you guys a question. How long have I been saying this for? Where's DJ Elmo? Where's Law? Where's Bronze? Where's Faith and Lighten? Where are the people that have been around since day one? How long have I been saying that? But we'll just talk our way out of it and talk our way out of it and talk our way out of it. And just because we can say whatever we want to and get away with it, then that's just what it is. Well, guess what? It's not what it is. The report says that ketamine dose was too high for someone of McClain's weight. He went into cardiac arrest and died days later at the hospital. So now this is a physician. All right. This is a physician here, Dr. Stephen Sinna. And for some reason, the cause of death was undetermined. Now, we knew how much ketamine was administered. We knew how much he weighed. And we knew that he was in the ICU with symptoms. So how is it that we didn't have enough information to figure this out, and we figured it out months ago, and I'm not a medical doctor, and I didn't have a laboratory to work with? So now you have to ask yourself the question, now what? 3 police officers and 2 paramedics were criminally charged in McClain's death in 2021. McClain's family last year reached a $15 million settlement in their lawsuit over the case. And that's it. So now let me ask you guys a question. Shout out to my man AB Promotion. Is this what justice looks like? So now it's to the point where, you know, people are taking pay, you know, for their family member's life, and that's just the accepted situation. That's just Okay, that's just how it's going to be. People need to be very careful with that. Because what's going to happen now? Do you see how they stretch this thing out? This thing has been stretched out for a long time. So now that it's been stretched out, what else is going to happen? Now we know that the paramedics murdered Elijah McClain. Another thing that happened is that the police took pictures of him dead and thought it was funny, like they always do. So what's up with that? The family took the money. And you guys know what I say? All money ain't good money. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the stream. I got a couple more coming up. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you already know what to do. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you hit the bell. Make sure you share the video out. And I will catch you all on the next one. All right? Peace.